EDI stands for Effectively Designed Instruction, and it's the framework we use with our teachers here at Garnet Valley and those we work with through Edvative Learning. The four themes of EDI are building interactions, designing experiences, presenting content, and accessibility and inclusion. There really is no hierarchy to these themes, so they can be done in any order, but to make it consistent, we tend to stick to them in this order. The EDI framework was originally developed to help professionally developed teachers in Garnet Valley new to online and blended learning. I say originally developed because EDI has since become the foundation for how all of our teachers are trained here at Garnet Valley. EDI has been so successful that we use this framework with other schools we get an opportunity to work with through Edvative Learning. As you can see on your screen, each of the themes has a number of different teaching strategies that go along with them. These strategies aren't the only ones that would fit under the themes, but they're the ones that we have found successful to get teachers thinking more deeply about their practice. At the core of EDI is our belief that when reduced to its simplest form, quality instruction is the balance between intentional instructional design and effective delivery. Design and delivery go hand in hand. We can't have one without the other. A well-designed lesson will go nowhere without great delivery, and a well-delivered lesson will always be met with questions and confusion if not designed well. EDI then is the first half of this equation, intentional instructional design. And to be transparent, we recently did add a piece about assessment and accurate measurement of assessment to this equation, but for a long time, these were the two sides of that equation for us here at Garnet Valley. So while EDI served us well throughout the pandemic, we believe it's even more important in today's schools. And here's why. We saw that many schools, including ours, spent the pandemic emphasizing the importance of using common nomenclature and folder structure in our school's LMS to help students access their work while working remotely. These items were critical to ensure students could easily navigate the digital classroom. Coming out of the pandemic, however, it's not enough to just focus on LMS organization. If schools are really to meet the needs of every student and allow them to take their coursework to take place in any format, whether that's face-to-face, blended, or online, we strongly believe that we must focus on being intentional about how we go about designing learning. So how do you become better at being intentional designers? We must first focus and recognize where we sit on this continuum of classroom design and work to move ourselves from traditional through trendy to transformative. Traditional represents the starting point of this continuum. Here, our instruction is primarily teacher-centered, with lectures as the dominant mode of content delivery. Our assessment practices often are standardized and the curriculum is fixed, offering little flexibility to accommodate individual learning needs. And while this method can be practical and straightforward, it often overlooks students' unique learning styles, backgrounds, and needs. Moving along the continuum, we encounter what Tom Murray, author of Personal and Authentic, calls the pretty for Pinterest phase. This stage is characterized by an increased emphasis on aesthetics and making things pretty in the LMS or the classroom. It attempts to break free from the traditional teaching, but despite its appeal and well-intentioned efforts, this phase often lacks meaningful connection between being creative and what really good teaching looks like. Oftentimes, student engagement and inclusivity fall short due to the absence of evidence-based teaching strategies. At the far end of the continuum lies transformation and where we believe EDI lives. This is our desired destination for educators, right? And I think everyone here is constantly working to get to this side of the screen. Here, the classroom transforms into an environment where instruction is learner-centered, it's inclusive, and it's adapted to student needs. Teachers deploy diverse assessment strategies to provide a more holistic understanding of student progress. Active learning strategies and appropriate technology use are integrated purposefully. The curriculum is flexible and evolves to cater to each student's unique needs. And by being intentional with our design, we're able to foster active participation and maximize student agency in our lessons.